Now, I remember reporting on this way back. I think during the summer or something like that. Probably then, where I announced that there was going to be a Scott Pilgrim anime and some other things that was happening, along with the Fallout TV show was being announced too. And I said, wow, a lot of stuff is being announced that people were really excited for it during that time of year. And it was a good time. Now, here we are with more information. So not only do we get the cast of the Scott Pilgrim anime, but also the studio that's doing the Scott Pilgrim anime. First, let's talk about the cast. The cast is the same cast from live action. I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. You get the entire cast to come back and to do something original. That's crazy. I don't think this ever happened before. And the fact that they're doing it, it's just that's just out of this world. Don't be wrong, some people didn't like some of the choices of some of the characters that were played in the Scott Pilgrim movie. I love the Scott Pilgrim movie. Man, I really did, man. I love the video games, I love the graphic novel, I love, of course, the freaking movie. The movie was just amazing to me, you know. Of course, it was being made during a time when the graphic novels were still running, so they didn't get the complete story. They did their own thing. Heck, there was even an alternate movie ending where Scott just goes out with Knives Chow. He goes back to redeem himself, and Romana goes working on herself, which a lot of people thought that would make sense. But then again, Knives Chow also did the same thing, where she goes working on herself in the original, ending. Of course, there's a fight with Gideon and stuff is also completely different. I always like to get in deals cool, along with Matthew Patel, Todd Ingram, you know, they're all cool ELXs. So seeing this animated by anime, it's just gonna be amazing. Now the studio is Science Seru. Science Seru don't do a lot of projects, but when they do, they usually hit hard. They did stuff like Japan Sinks. They did Keep Your Hands Off Isekin, which I enjoyed. It showed the passion and creation of making anime. Then there was Ride Your Wave. It was an okay slice of life, melancholy story movie. Then they also did Low Love Over the Wall, which was also nice. Then they did, of course, the one that everyone knows, Devilman Crybaby. So the studio is known for its weird but yet unique animation and art style that a lot of people do enjoy. So you seeing them how they work, it's really good. However, a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, really wish that Studio Trigger picked this up. And I'm like, would Studio Trigger be a better choice? In my opinion, yes. The way Scott Pilgrim, the world is, it's like a video game. And stuff, how he fights evil exes and stuff like that. How he goes through life, running away from his problems by fighting his evil exes, thinking that they must be bad because he's trying to be with Ramona. But maybe he's thinking maybe not all these evil exes weren't really that bad. It's just that it's just the perspective, you as being the new lover in this girl's life. And it was very interesting. It also shows how Scott Pilgrim himself could also be an evil ex. Say if Ramona dumps him, so does that make him an evil ex? And stuff, and that's where you see Nega Scott and stuff like that. Very, very interesting. I like how you see Nega Scott in the movie instead of fighting him, or except you just talk. You guys you just talk. See how much you guys get along, and then you see each other next day. You become good friends. Oh my god, man, that was hilarious. Of course, it was more emotional in the comics when you fight Nega Scott, which is different, where you learn to come to accept him instead of seeing him as this opposing villain. So, anyways, I think I'm getting off topic here. But anyways, Steel Trigger will be a great way for Scott Pilgrim, but a lot of people wanted it. I still people talking about it to this day that it should happen because you see what they did with Cyberpunk. They have this more wacky, crazy animation style, and plus with good music as well. Of course, you can choose any composer to do the music for any kind of anime, but still, they believe Steel Trigger will have done a better job. Science Zero, it's done some few things. They haven't done a lot, but stuff it has done is good. But is it that good, like eye popping? People don't really talk about it that much, despite the amount it did come out with. Keep your hands on Use a Can. Not many people really talked about. The one really talked about a lot was Devilman Crybaby. Only because it's crazy violence and the world it was being perceived in. It was why it was being talked about. And Devilman is a very, very old anime slash manga. The others are mostly original, but yet a lot of people didn't really talk about it much. You know, a lot of people say they're very slept on, true hidden gems. I myself believe it can work out. The studio has been proving that it can do a good job when it comes to animation, and it shows its passion a lot when it does stuff. So, I'm not worried about it. Would I prefer Studio Trigger? Yes, but they're doing their own thing. You know, they like doing their own thing. They like doing original stuff. And Scott Pilgrim is based off a manga, oh, graphic novel, not manga. Because I remember there was a joke in the one of the graphic novels where you're looking at it backwards, and Wallace Wells is there to tell you, "Hey, what are you doing? Come buck you. Why are you reading this backwards? Who do you think you are?" just taunting you for reading it backwards. But again, it's your book. You do what the heck you want with it. So yeah, man, it's got probably back up memories. In fact, well, I think I already showed you guys that. Yeah, I got the entire Scott Pilgrim complete edition set. You know, it's 3 big books and stuff. Each one having 3 volumes in it, showing off the, you know, because it's amazing. I kind of regret not getting the separate volumes instead, but I wanted something that's a lot easier to put on my bookcase, and that's what I did. So that's nice. I did see a Scott Pilgrim figure out there, but it's like $170, man. And it's more like a Lego figure or a Roblox figure or something. I can't get it. But yeah, this is good news. When it's gonna come out? Probably next year. Who knows? They're just now getting the cast for it, so who knows? Because remember when they well, this is a completely different studio, but you know when they first showed the announcement for Cyberpunk anime, that took a while. You know, that took a good while. So since it took them a while to do Cyberpunk anime, who knows? It might take a while for them to do the Scott Pilgrim anime too. Yes, they're 2 different studios, but it still takes time. The question is, how many episodes going to be? It should be a Netflix show, and usually Netflix shows these days are so short. They can go from 8 to 10 episodes. Where on TV you get like 12 to 16 episodes when it comes to TV shows. But Netflix is usually 8 to 10. So the question is, how many episodes is Scott Pilgrim going to be? Well, there's 6 volumes, and how much are they going to put into it? Are they going to do a volume per episode? 6 episodes? Who knows? It all depends on the flow and pacing of that said anime. You know, where I am waiting to see how they do this. I am very, very intrigued. In fact, so intrigued, I'm just going to reread the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels again, so when I watch the anime, I can see what's there detail from detail, like the weeb you're supposed to be. So anyways, that's after this video. Really excited for this. Scott Pilgrim is my favorite graphic novels, right next to Marvel's Runaways, which is my top favorite graphic novels of all time. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon for more. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.